The desert's normally so quiet, and here it's full of birdsong.
I'm Donna, and this is Some Bold Adventure. Join me on my hiking and travel adventures. I went hiking in Arizona's Saguaro National Park specifically because I wanted to see saguaro cactus. Icons of the American Southwest, they're only found in parts of the Sonoran Desert, mostly southern Arizona and western Sonora, Mexico. This is my first time hiking in a desert. I live in Michigan, where we have plenty of water, and our temperatures are much cooler.
Yeah, I'm really ready for Arizona right now.
So I escaped the cold weather on a plane to Phoenix. I rented a car and made the 2-hour drive to the Tucson area. Saguaro National Park has two sides, east and west, split in the middle by the city of Tucson. I stayed in a $10 a night tent site near the west side of the park.
I'm at Gilbert Ray Campground just outside of Saguaro National Park in Arizona, watching the sunset. It is beautiful. Just getting started on the Cactus Forest Trail. One and a half mile to the lime kilns, 2.5 to North Cactus Forest Drive. I'm planning to go farther than that. We'll see how it goes. My first desert hiking experience. So the whole reason I came to Arizona was because I wanted to see saguaro cactuses. I wanted to hike somewhere that had them. And there's only a very small area where they exist, and that's here in Arizona. And I have to say, I am not disappointed. I've only just gotten started on the Cactus Forest Trail, and it's already awesome. I got this cactus. And there's this one next to it. And then if we come back this way, there's a different cactus. Of course, there's a saguaro in the distance too. And if you look very carefully, there's a tiny cactus with little flowers on it. This is a dead cactus. It's kind of interesting, the patterns in there. There's the inside of one of these that's down. Actually, it looks like it's the top off of that one, maybe. So many different kinds of cactus, and look at the thorns on these. Ouch! I said I really wanted to hike with saguaro cactuses, and they are everywhere. Definitely what I wished for. Where these have flowered. It's interesting. There are a lot of things using this one for a home. So this is Cactus Forest Trail that I'm on, and out here is a cactus forest. Each one is different. They feel like they have their own personalities. You can see inside this one. Look at this. Oh, the shadow's in the way here. There's a woody stump. And there's a lot of bugs. And there's the inside. Looks a bit like a pumpkin on the inside. These are some wicked looking thorns. Put my hand near them. See how big they are. Crazy. Would not want to accidentally run into that. These are some crazy thorns on this. My hand so you can see. They're big. Fortunately off the trail, I won't be tripping over it. The dead cactus are so interesting on the inside. They look like coral. That is really cool looking. This is the path to Lime Falls from Cactus Forest Trail. It's 4/10 of a mile each way. Let's go check it out. So this is the trail that heads to Lime Falls. When you come up to it, it ends here, and you can see where water can go this way or this way. I consulted the map here just to be sure, but the footprints, for the most part, went this way, plus that would be upstream. So if you're expecting a falls, most likely it would be that way. Well, I'm on the hike to Lime Falls, and I found some water. And you can tell there's water not just because you can see it, but because of all the birds. The desert's normally so quiet, and here it's full of birdsong. We'll take a look at the water. I'm carrying 3 liters with me. I may need to take the water from the desert. Doesn't look very wholesome anyway. Some kind of animal tracks. I'm not familiar with the animals that live here, so can't identify any. A lot more bugs here too. The rockiness here on the way to Lime Falls makes this interesting. It's different than the rest of the trail. Reminds me a bit of Arroyo in Michigan. But yeah, you can see it'd be pretty spectacular with water flowing through here. Even without, it makes for a fun hike. This is the view from standing partway up the falls. A little bit of water here. I just stepped into the shade and it's so much cooler right here. So this would be where the falls are, when there are falls. Didn't expect to see any today. And it's beautiful, as it is. If I was really ambitious, I would take the video camera down to the bottom of the falls and take a picture of myself up here. But I am not that ambitious, so you'll just have to figure that from down below I look very majestic up here, and we'll just leave it with that. Looks like a spot to tie up the horses. This is Lime Kilns Loop Trail. I'm gonna go down there and check that out also. I had originally intended to go 9.5 miles on this trail today, but I don't think that's going to happen. Not because I'm tired, I've only been going 2 miles, but I have stopped to take so many pictures. My pace is really slow. So 9.5 miles would take me until dark probably at the pace I've been going. And I'd rather be able to stop and enjoy taking pictures too. So I don't know how far I'll go. At some point I'll turn around. I'll have to check the map because there may be a spot I can cut over to another trail and then go back a different way, so I'll watch for that. It is a nice thing about going alone. You can make all your own rules. You make all the decisions. I want to take pictures, so I'll take pictures. I want to change up the hike, I'll change up the hike. Nobody to care but me. I was on the Lime Kilns Loop and made it to the lime kilns. There's the sign that talks about them. It says that around 1920 they closed. There's what it looks like. This is the inside of the kiln. Still looks pretty good for not having been used since 1920. This is looking down on the kiln from up above. I stopped for a snack break. I found a spot in the shade just off the trail. And my stomach thinks it's lunchtime, so I'm stopping just for a snack at this point. And a nice little rest in the shade. I'm also using the opportunity to charge my devices. I'm in a campground for 3 days and I don't have electricity, so to keep the cameras going I have to solar charge. And this is what my shady spot looks like. I'm on the north side of the Cactus Forest Trail, but I'm about to turn onto the Mica View Trail to connect to Javelina Wash, and I will take that back. So that's going to be my loop for today. I plan to continue on other trails a lot farther north, but since I've been taking my time with photos, this is a better choice. So this is Javelina Wash. It's hard to walk in. Like walking at the beach. I'm still in the Javelina Wash. This is kind of interesting along here. where it's eroded away some of this. And there's holes in there where something's living. Because I don't know, I mean, it's cool and all, but the sand and loose gravel is really hard to hike in. And it's less scenic than the other trail, so I could switch back over if this is how it's going to be the rest of the way. So I'm hiking along here in the wash, and I notice off to the side, there's a bench. So I'm going to go check out what this is. That would be a paved trail. Okay. Well, that's easier. It was good training, I guess, to walk in the sand and gravel. I don't know how far this thing goes, but guess I'll take it. So the paved path I'm on is actually part of the Desert Ecology Trail. It's a 0.3-mile loop. I caught it somewhere in the middle. I've cut across it now, trying to see if I can do at least most of it. But it's got the pavement here. It's got benches along the way, and it's got signs that explain a lot of what you're seeing here, how the desert works. And here's a plant I haven't seen before. I have to get out my guidebook and try and identify these. So I'm back on the Javelina Wash Trail, but I'm going to take it and connect back to Cactus Forest Trail. So I do not want to go the rest of the way through the wash. The trail is much nicer hiking, so I'll do that and take the same way back I came. I've gone about 5 miles so far. That's with all my side trips. It's getting hot now. It's been pretty comfortable, but that sun is overhead. It's beautiful out here, though. There's not very many people, which is really nice. Starting to feel like the wash is going to go on forever. It's just tough hiking. The signpost. Let's see what we got. Not out of it yet. Lime kilns is that way, and I saw those. That feels like it's the wrong direction. That's where I came from. And that's lime kilns. Yeah, I'm looking at a map. So the lime kilns are not on the map, but I know that I went by them on the way in. I wouldn't think it'd be another 0.6 miles to get there, but so be it. I think that's my best bet, is to go that way, because I know it will go back to where I came from. I don't really want to continue on the wash, and it looks overgrown, which suggests that's not the way. And there are a lot of footsteps this way, and I know it goes to the lime kiln, so I can get out. If I am right about where I'm at, it means I've got 2.2 more miles to go. I've done 5.6 so far, so that's a decent amount of miles anyway. So the trail is back to being a trail, not a wash trail. Lots of footprints on it. Definitely looks like I'm going the right way. Up there is the top of a fallen saguaro, and it was a big one. In my shadow. Move around here to the wreckage at the bottom, and look at the trunk. I mean, that could be an oak tree. That's crazy. Wonder what lives here. A bunch of ants around it. That looks like too big of a hole for ants to live in. And what's with all the white stuff around the edges? Well, the ants are going in there. This is the thing, and never having hiked in a desert, I don't know what any of the things are out here. Well, I am on the right path and it's a mile and a half to go. Looks like uphill. Okay. Pieces of cactus that break off and get washed down. I don't remember going downhill this much this morning, but it is definitely uphill on the way back. Well, I just hit mile 7. I've got probably a little less than a mile to go. I don't think I'll quite make 8. It's still beautiful out here, but the heat is getting to me. I don't know what time it is. It's gotta be 2 maybe. The sun's pretty strong. I have another hike I wanted to do, but I haven't eaten lunch yet either. So probably when I get to the end of this one, I'll stop and eat lunch and see how I feel about the other one. The other one's short, it's only a couple miles, but it's got a lot of elevation to it. So we'll see. I'll probably feel a lot better after lunch. The trail is pretty easy to follow, but sometimes these washes can get confusing. So I just came from here, and I come up to this intersection. You can see that, you can see that, and you can see straight ahead. Straight ahead is my path. This is a wash where water flows through when it rains. Notice most of the footprints go this way, and that gets overgrown pretty quickly. So watch for those things. That'll help you make sure you're on the right path.
I made it back from my first ever desert hike, and it was a great one. So many cacti. I love seeing all the saguaro. It was everything I hoped for. I also got to learn about hiking in a wash. We don't have those in Michigan, and that was less fun. In the next video, I hike on the Tanque Verde Trail, also on the east side of Saguaro National Park, and I catch a stunning sunset. If you liked the video, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel to know when the next video comes out. Thanks for watching.